If your commander deck feels inconsistent, clunky, or like it just doesn't do the thing, it's probably not your ramp and it's not your mana base, it's your commander. The single most important decision you make in deck building happens before you sleeve up the first card, and most players get it wrong. But today, we're fixing that. Welcome to the Ristic Scholar. I'm Nick, and in this series, we're breaking down the exact steps I use to build functional commander decks. Decks that don't just look good on paper, but actually perform at the table. And everything starts with step 1, choosing the right commander. Your commander is not just another card. It is the engine of your deck. It defines your strategy. It determines your card pool. It influences your ramp, your draw, your win conditions, everything. When players say their deck is doing the thing usually comes directly from their commander's ability. So here's the real question. Does your commander actually enable a strategy? Or is it just legendary? Because those are not the same thing. And this is where most players make their first mistake. Just because a creature is legendary does not mean it's a good commander. A strong commander should meet 3 criteria. First, its ability should be active while it's on the battlefield. Second, it should be easy to trigger consistently. Third, it should scale as the game progresses. If your commander requires too much setup, or only triggers in rare circumstances, or doesn't meaningfully advance your board in any way, your deck will feel inconsistent, and inconsistency loses games. So let's look at a real example. Take Leonardo the Balance. He says, whenever a token you control enters, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Do this only once each turn. Immediately we know something here. He rewards token creation. Now that gives us direction. If we build around Leonardo, we need to include token generators, repeatable token engines, and cards that'll trigger on creature entry. And because tokens are relatively easy to create in Commander, we can reliably trigger his ability almost every turn. That's what you want, a commander that clearly tells you how to build. Now, compare that to something like Scarlet Spider Ben Reilly. Scarlet Spider only triggers when cast for a specific alternate cost. That means every time commander tax increases, it becomes harder to use that ability effectively. And that's friction. And friction kills consistency. You don't want to fight your commander. You want your commander to reward you. But there's another reason this decision matters, and it's one newer players often overlook. You see, your commander doesn't just identify your strategy. It defines your deck's legal card pool. This is called color identity. A commander's color identity is determined by the mana symbol in the top right corner and any colored mana symbols in the text box. Using Leonardo again, while his casting cost might only show one color, his activated ability includes WUBRG. That makes him 5 colors, which means you can build with all 5 colors. If you misunderstand this rule, you can accidentally build an illegal deck. And more importantly, you can unintentionally restrict your options. Your commander determines what tools you're allowed to use, and that's not a small decision. So, if you're choosing your commander right now, ask yourself 4 questions. 1. What does this reward? 2. Can I trigger this every turn? 3. Does this generate value over time? And 4. Does this ability help me close the game? If the answer to those questions is unclear, keep looking, because choosing the right commander makes every other step easier, and choosing the wrong one makes every other step harder. And once you've chosen your commander and built around it, the next step is to test it. Now, goldfishing is helpful for learning your triggers, but it doesn't tell you how your deck performs against real archetypes like Stompy, Aristocrats, or Control. That's why I use EDHLAB.gg. It's a free goldfishing platform that lets you test your deck against up to 3 others in a self-play commander environment. You can import from Moxfield or Architect, track your life totals, commander damage, and actually see how your strategy holds up. And if you're serious about refining your deck building, this is where you get real reps. So finish this video and then go test out your builds. Now, choosing your commander is the foundation, but in the next video, we're tackling the most common mistake in deck building, your mana base. Specifically, how many lands you should actually be running. And trust me, most players get that wrong too. If you want your commander decks to function smoothly and not just look cool, then stay tuned for the next videos. And drop a comment below with the commander you're building around. I'd love to see what you're working on. And if this helped you rethink how you're choosing your commander, hit the like button so more people can find this lesson. I'm Nick. This is the Ristic Scholar, reminding you to pay the cost so that you don't have to draw the lesson.